guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another collection video, but this time it's not clothing, it's not blankets, it's not jewelry, it's not vinyls, it's not CDs. It's Taylor Swift dolls. Now, Taylor Swift used to have dolls like in Walmart, Target. I remember Toys R Us. They were there during the Fearless era, Speak Now era. They weren't made by Barbie. However, I figured since the new Barbie movie came out, and truly that movie is phenomenal. It has oh my god, such a good message, such a good storyline from start to finish. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen, so I really wanted to somehow commemorate it on this channel. First of all, I'm telling you, don't walk, run to go see it. So I used to play with Barbies all the time, and then I remember, of course, when I fell in love with Taylor and I found out there were Taylor dolls, oh boy was I obsessed, okay? I was thrilled beyond measure. So I thought, I have 3 Taylor Swift dolls. Every single one of them has a story, okay? Every single one of them. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little collection, but also tell you my stories. So here they are. I don't have any of the original boxing, but this is the first one that I have. This is Red Carpet Ready Taylor. It's modeled after this Taylor. It is the CMA Taylor. And oh my god, like looking at these, I always have them displayed, but like to hold them and look at them, oh my god. So this is the first Taylor that I have. Again, it's the Red Carpet Ready Taylor, and she has little cowboy boots on. This part of the dress is actually removable, so you can take it out of a ball gown and turn it into like a little dress like this. But look at the boots, like look at the details. Does she have a little heart on her foot? She does. Guys, I need to focus on this. There's a heart on the foot. The details, immaculate. If you don't know, Taylor used to draw a heart on her foot and they added it. And I remember when I first started loving Taylor, I actually thought that she had a tattoo on her foot. So, okay, while we put her ball gown back on, I'll tell you the story of this. So, I went to my cousin's wedding in another state, and my mom, dad, and I were driving back, but we stopped at Walmart to get a couple snacks and just like a couple like little road trip things, like crossword books, kind of just, we had to drive back, and I was younger, so I was a little harder to just entertain, you know, without my phone, because I was very young. I think I was 8 or 9, somewhere in there. And I remember I could pick one thing in Walmart as my activity for the way home. And I remember we were walking out. I really didn't see anything I wanted, because I remember I had like a couple like word searches or whatever in the car. I was like, I don't really see anything. But we were walking up front. I remember it so vividly. Like I can still see it in my head. I was kind of near like the candy aisle in the front, and they had Taylor Barbies lined, and I remember going, oh, this is what I want, this is what I want. And my parents were kind of looking at each other like, is that really like an activity, like is that really what you want? I was like looking at them both. I'm like, yes, this is what I want. Like, it's Taylor Swift as a Barbie. Again, it's not made by Barbie, but come on, it's Taylor Swift Barbie predominantly. So I was freaking out because I had a collection at home. I'm like, I need her to be part of my Barbies, okay? And so they were like, okay, fair enough, you didn't get anything else. So Taylor came home with us that day, fair enough to say, and let me tell you, she was like my prized possession. She honestly still is. I would love to have the Love Story one, just because that was the first song I ever heard from Taylor, and like, guys, like, it's so cute. I'm sorry, like, Barbie and Taylor, like, that is my childhood. So that's the story of CMA Barbie. And I remember I used to say, okay, she's gonna like stand over here because I didn't want to like damage her in any way or, you know, cause like any flaws to her. As you can tell, I was very, very careful when I played with her. I remember that. And she always sat out. Like, she was always sat. Like Queen Taylor. Like, yes ma'am. Okay, the next one that I got was the You Belong With Me one. Does she still sing? Oh, she's trying, but she's not succeeding. Hear this? Ready? Yeah, she used to sing You Belong With Me. Now, the story, look at her. This is the prom You Belong With Me music video Taylor. And look at her. Look at her hair. Look at those curls. They're better than mine. But she has her little You Belong With Me prom dress on. She even has her, look, the bands are still on the shoes. Her little high heels on. And so this Taylor, this Taylor was a present for me getting straight A's in school. I remember telling my dad, okay, the only thing I want if I get straight A's is you to take me to Toys R Us and I get to pick out a Taylor Swift doll to add to my collection. Like, this one needs a friend. And he was like, okay, like that's fair enough. So I was determined. I got straight A's. And when I tell you, I remember we like went to eat or something and then we went to Toys R Us. And when I tell you, they were on like one of those end caps, but like facing like not like the center main aisle of the store, but like the back aisle. I remember I was standing there and going back and forth as if I was making like the decision where I was going to go to college, or like it was a life-changing decision, okay? Because I remember vividly holding up like the teardrops on my guitar one. I had this one. I had the love story one, and it was just so funny because I was literally like trying to weigh out all my options. And I was like, oh my God. And I have always been, as you guys know, the nostalgic type, the sentimental type. And so I was really, really, really trying to weigh out my options and why I wanted the specific one. And I remember, like, it's not like my dad, first of all, could have walked away because I was young. Number two, it's not like he could walk away and look at something he wanted because it was Toys R Us. So he was just standing there. He was patient, and boy, did I take my sweet time. But I came out of there with You Belong With Me, Taylor. And I think I picked her because I really liked her dress. I remember that. And I really liked that she sang You Belong With Me. And I used to watch that music video on repeat. So the You Belong With Me one came home with me. So you go sit next to Red Carpet Ready Taylor. So you want to know how this one came into my possession? This is the Our Song Taylor. And she does not sing. She used to, but look at her little dress and her, again, the heart on her foot. This one was gifted. Look how long her hair is too. This one was gifted to me so kindly on the last day of middle school. Now, it's like kind of like gonna make me cry. So I remember I didn't have very many friends in middle school at all, and there were just a couple people that really stand out in my mind when I think these people had my back. These people were, you know, they didn't care. Like, it was the time when it was around the time in 2012 area where everybody was turning their back on Taylor, did not like Taylor. However, I was marching to the beat of my own drum. I didn't care that people didn't like Taylor from that sense. Like, it affected me. Like, they could bully me all day long. Like, I will defend her. You can't change my mind about her. But there was this girl named Riley. She knew I was a huge Taylor fan. She knew that you know, I loved Taylor with every ounce of me. I was sitting on the bus. It was our last day of, I think of like, I want to say 6th or 7th grade. And we were all about to pull away for the summer. And you know how that is in school. So I was sitting on the hot bus. I remember I was kind of just like kind of sad because I remember like I didn't have, everybody else was outside like saying goodbye to their friends and stuff, and I had gotten on the bus because I didn't have friends to say goodbye to. And so I remember I was sitting on the bus, in the front of the bus, and Riley came flying up the stairs on the bus, and she goes, "I wanted you to have this," and hands me the Our Song Taylor doll. She's like, "You deserve to have this. I want you to have this." And she gave me a hug and ran off the bus. Oh my God. And that truly was like so special to me, and I will never forget that moment. And I felt so fulfilled in that moment. Like, oh my God, like that was the kindest thing that I still remember to this day, like that somebody did for me. Like went out of their way to like seek me out and like brought this to school and waited until they could find me. And like, it's just like, you know, I just broke her strap, Taylor. It was elastic, like, to be fair. Well, oops. We're just gonna have to tighten your dress there, girl. Oops. But it's just crazy to me, like, how every single, okay, we're just gonna, okay, y'all didn't see that. The straps were elastic and they're old, so I'm not, yeah, they're fragile. But it's just crazy to me how like every single one of those dolls has such like a core memory for me. And I think that's so special and so sentimental to me, because as my childhood, I loved playing with Barbies, and when they made the Taylor Swift dolls, yeah, you best bet I was like, I was all about it. And yeah, if I ever found any, they go for, their resales are like pretty expensive. So if I'm ever able to like find another one that I don't have that I could add to my collection, that would be so much fun, like have another one. But I'm so thankful and so sentimental about these. Like if somebody asked me what my most like sentimental Taylor merch pieces are, it's probably these dolls, if I'm being very honest. So yeah, you guys, thank you for listening to my story. And yeah, you guys, thank you guys for listening to my stories about how I got these dolls, and truly they really are so special to me. Again, we have the Our Song, we have the Red Carpet Ready Taylor, and then we have You Belong With Me Taylor, my girlies. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not seen Barbie, I truly recommend going to see it. My mom and I went and saw it, and we already want to go again. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I have so much fun doing these collection videos. They're never to brag or anything. Truly, like this, these are my memories. So I love sharing my life with you guys, and that's why I do it. But I love you guys. I hope this video entertained you in some way, and I sincerely hope I see you, yes, you, in the next one. Bye, guys.